Hello and welcome to the EEPROM 9, where we take shit apart and fail miserably at trying to fix shit. Today's subject of the video is the latest in Geiger counter technology from the early 1970s. Polish. It is the RS-70 and we are going to take this mofo apart. But first, let's show you a few interesting things about it. I made sure to get one which also ironically was the cheapest, which came with everything. So the box. In the box you get some spare bits, which have a whole load of gaskets and a spare light bulb. As well as, if I can get them out, that's one. Banana pins, which don't actually fit all that well in the holes. So that's fun. And of course, the legendary manual, which is in the Cyrillic alphabet, written in Polish. So I can't actually read it, but I can basically show you the pages and you can pause it and read it for yourself if you're watching in HD. There's no schematics or block diagrams or anything like in the DP66. Well, there's a diagram, but it's not a schematic. And diddly squid there. I love how it's in hardback. I love Commie era tech, can you tell? So we'll pop the box to one side because the box is of very little interest to this video. It's still got its seals intact, so as of yet it is unviolated. That is about to change. But first, I want to show you what it does when you switch it on, and want to try something as well. Stick it in a different Geiger tube, because I have watched teardowns of this thing. This is the bit where the wires mess with the camera, but we'll make do. Oh, if I was organised I'd have this prepped, but give me some slack. I've been at work and I'm absolutely knackered, and it is crazy busy lately. Seriously. But crazy busy is good because it means, well, my job is in need of use. So we have a number of modes. We have this mode, which is basically test. And, well, it flashes like a detonator, and you can just imagine. Yeah, I've got to do a skit with that. I've totally got to do a skit. But you also notice there's a pulsing neon in there, and yes, I know it's out of focus. Interestingly, that doesn't look red on the camera, it's this weird colour. And then the rest of the various radiation reading ranges, which, well, I haven't got a nuke to detonate outside the house to demonstrate it actually reading radiation levels. Sorry. The closest thing you could get is causing Dungeness to melt down, but I don't have access to Dungeness, so we're not going to be causing that to melt down to demonstrate it reading radiation, unfortunately. Maybe next time. You know, don't worry about the collateral damage, it'll be alright. It's for a good cause, learn science and taking things apart. You know, you just casually twist that valve too high until the pipes start exploding. You don't worry about it. It's all in the name of science. So this is the part where we take it apart. My favourite bit. This is the bit where I should also have editing, but can you pause this while it's doing it so you don't actually have to edit it? No, you can't, so tough shit, you're gonna have to put up with it. So we have to dig out the seals, which I will show you them actually before I destroy them forever. Come on camera, I know you can focus. There we go, that's what that one looks like. And that one looks like that. And that'll do. The case is made of Bakelite. The instructions are written on the bottom. Once again, I cannot tell you what they say. Pause and read if you can read that, and if you want to convert it in the comments, that I would be most grateful of that. I hope this stuff doesn't make too much money. This isn't actually wax, which makes it a bit more difficult than the original one. It's like a very brittle plastic. Oh, we're getting through to the screw. This is the trouble with non-locking knives. Oh, we're almost. They really didn't want you getting inside this for maintenance, did they? No, they did not. That's it, you just fly off and slash my leg open. That should be at a state I can open that screw now. Oh, isn't this exciting? Nope. Still being stubborn. Oh, seriously? This would defeat the purpose of the video if I can't get it open. Hang on, I think these screws are captive. If they are, that's fantastic design. Yeah, the screws in this are captive. That's fantastic design. I don't come across captive screws all that much. Oh, I wish I could pause it right now, but I can't, so just skip ahead to whatever. Oh wait, they're removing annotations, so I can't even add them in. Okay, that should be enough. By the way, this is just one screw. There we go. I don't want to damage a nice Bakelite case. Got a another one now to get out. Oh god. I wish I could just get out in one chunk, but no, that'd be too easy. Okay, that's in a state I can actually unscrew it now. These seals are designed to tell if they've been tampered with. But this is the EEPROM 9, of course we're going to tamper with it. There's going to be plenty of historical examples people don't take apart, so. It takes 2 D cells, which go in 2 D cells in each of these, so a total of 6 volt written there. Alright, this is the fun bit. Just got to release like 30, 40-year-old seals, although 30 odd, 87. Oh yeah, look at that, captive screws. Oh god, I love the smell of this old Cold War stuff. Completely like little seals around them. Oh, this smells beautifully obsolete. Look at that board. Conformal coated to keep the moisture out. Because we all have a bit conformal coating. Vari caps. Oh my god, this thing is a thing of beauty. Oh yeah, they got more anti-tamper detection stuff here. Well, smells super ancient in here. This is actually on rubber grommets. Someone just knocked on the door. Riveting commentary, I know. People trying to sell shit. Oh god, this thing doesn't come apart easily. Apparently some young man for electricity or something. Wonder if he's hot. I don't care, we got vintage Cold War tech to take apart. This screw is unnecessarily tight. Right, get the big boy out. Sorry, Swiss Army knife, but yeah, not quite enough. Oh, for fuck's sake. This annoys me with these flatheads. They just fall out all the time. Seriously, it's like literally a quarter of a turn. And then it just gives up. This really is the screw from hell. Come on, you little bugger. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, even this isn't working. Okay. This really is a bastard screw. Before bastard screws were even invented. Ah. No. The amount of times I've stabbed this poor circuit board. This thing has a really weird smell compared to most of the stuff you open up like this. Probably like last minute defence is like cyanide gas. Have a look at that, there's like 4 weird blob things of resin. Must have been how they conformal coated the board. Now if that's conformal coated, does that mean it's fluorescent and lights up that woodlouse colour? That woodlouse grey? No, it's non-fluorescent conformal coating. Interesting. Most conformal coating is fluorescent. Just there we goes. Oh, check that beauty out. We have this rather lovely circuit board. It's all transistor, of course. So you've got transistors there, germanium diode up there. Whole bank of capacitors, which is probably actually part of a voltage multiplier. By the looks of it, it could well be. You've got the transformer there, and then in this end you've got the neon bulb down here, just visible here, the switch, one of these lovely old mechanical switches. I love these with a passion. Plenty more transistors, and here we have where the Geiger tube lives. So we're going to pull Mr. Geiger tube out. This isn't sealed from the battery compartment, so this thing's not completely waterproof because there's actually holes that go into the battery compartment. Yeah, I'm afraid this is just a crack open and have a look because it's all analog jiggery pokery, and I'm not all that savvy when it comes to analog electronics. I much more understand electronics that, well, are computers. I think the shielding on this is lead, so that's right. You just go fall down a really hard to get to place. Alright, this should come out. And that it does. Within reason, of course. Oh, I'm getting excited. Silicon type stuff over like some of those resistors. I'm going to have to move it back onto my lap out your view again, I'm sorry, but... Ha! The coaxial cable. Now, what is holding you in? Oh, it's soldered in. The tube is soldered in. I was hoping I could swap it with the SMB20 or whatever it's called. But yeah, this is yeah, that's lead. But yeah, there's the Geiger tube under this lead and steel tubing. So yeah, I'd have to do some desoldering if I was to do that. So we're not going to be doing that. There's the back of the buzzer. Here's the bank of capacitors, the transformer, a lot of 250 volt capacitors, so you're getting the sort of voltage that goes through the coil. Oh, look at that! One of the wires has been crushed under the washer. That's a bit how are you doing. There's another one that has been there that looks like it's being used as a grounding point. This thing is really, it has a sort of rubbery smell inside. That's weird. That's lead, so I want to wash my hands after this. So I'm going to pop you back in. Oh, that's a shame, because I wanted to stick in a more sensitive tube and see if I could use it as a Geiger counter, but I'd have to do soldering and, well, it's been too busy at work, so fuck that shit. I'm really not in the mood to do a whole load of soldering. It's why I'm not doing the repairs and modifications on this, because that's coming up on another video I want to do. Yeah, I know, I've got the whole bug of wanting to do videos back, which is good. I've been wanting to get that back for ages. Who'd have thought of me breaking up with Aiden, falling into a mass depression, and then restoring like 90% of my computer collection, having like 90% of my vintage computers operational. 95%. By the way, I haven't actually done the proper maths. That's just like a figure I've pulled out my arse. Basically, most of them. Most of them are fully operational. That stuff does make a bloody mess. But yeah, you got vary resistors. They are vary resistors, they all are. Give you another shot of the board in all its retro transistorized glory. Probably they could be silicon transistors by the age of the thing, from being the late 80s. And the switch has a resistor and diode on it in the middle, so that's interesting. So why, if late 80s, it's built on such old tech, since we're going through the whole communist thing? Well, the reason is for that is because the factories that used to produce this stuff basically used to just produce it to provide work. It's like civilian equipment would be like, produce one, you keep it, and then so they can continue manufacturing radios for the military. But quite often it was just, it's too expensive to refit factory, so we're producing parallel, or we continue producing this because it serves a need and it's already kitted out. So that's quite often why you find a lot of stuff that's Soviet era tends to be built using more obsolete tech. Which is quite remarkable what they managed to achieve with more obsolete tech, because, well, refitting the factories was expensive, so it was only, so I guess they just built new factories whenever they produced a new product. You know, it wasn't the most efficient, communism wasn't the most efficient when it came to the logistics of supply and demand. I mean, they got building things cheap down to a T, and building it well cheap. You know, you look at any old bit of Soviet tech and it's pretty much the same. It's built usually on the cheap, but it's built really well. It's like two things you'd think would never work in a capitalist society, but you know, this is an example of something that's just built dirt cheap. It feels cheap and nasty, but you know what? It works really well. It's built to a decent standard. It's like, It's like double think, pretty much. It's like, I'm really cheap and shitty, but I'm really good. If you don't know what double think is, I really urge you to actually read George Orwell, 1984. I've got the book like stashed down here somewhere. It's really good. But yeah, this thing has actually a modern of protection. Good, that's the right way round, although you could put it on the other way round and you'd never know any different. The good thing is the seal is actually on the inside of the screws. Now the rubber seal looks like it's kind of a bit how are you doing these days, but when it's like 30 odd years old, you can't really blame it. This is one thing I've noticed actually with military, like gas masks and that, they can be like 30, 40 odd years old, and yet they still are perfectly good and usable. You can come across World War II gas masks, and I have them, and they haven't disintegrated like everything else civilian rubber. So the rubbers that mil-spec stuff is built from tends to be of a better spec than what we get in the civilian world. You know, it'd be nice if we got military grade rubber and everything, because then we wouldn't have to worry about cassette drive belts wearing out and whatnot. But no, we don't. So we have to make do a crappy civilian grade, which lasts about 10 or 5 years, sometimes 20 if you're lucky. But yeah, we'll plug that in, make sure it still works. The RS-70. You can click off now if you want, or stay to the when I decide to conclude this. We might do a follow-up video where we actually put in a Geiger counter tube that is low level and see if it triggers it and see exactly what it would do in the state of a nuclear emergency. I mean, if it triggers on background rate, or just like a low level, high level source like my Super Takuma camera lens. And we haven't broken it. I love how it just has this really old school buzzer. It literally just looks like a detonate. You can just imagine, boom. And then a nice incandescent bulb. This isn't no LED, no light emitting diodes in this, despite being the late 80s, when LEDs were plenty available. But yeah, I'm going to end it there. This is the RS-70, my particular unit, made in 1987, serial number 0278. Or maybe that was when they originally came out, but mine was 87. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry I wasn't able to get it apart and whatnot, but I can't pause this, and I don't have editing software installed on this PC, so you're going to have to deal with it for now. I'm thinking I might actually do a specialist setup for video editing, but that's not for now. There's one of the water holes that I was talking about. Just sort of allows it to dehumidify itself. Thanks for watching.